And we are live here at Chicagoland International Speedway for the IRA League Chicago 80. It's about 150 something miles, I would guess. I'm joined by two broadcasters tonight, and I'm going to be honest, these are probably two of the best broadcasters that we have here at Center Force TV. And I'm not even going to give myself credit because I'm horrible. So, I'm joined by Joe Burchett, one of CFR's top guys, CFR Championship top guys. Last year's Final Four almost champion, and Jesse Gavey going to be joining us in the booth. Jesse's also a very good oval driver, 2 Pro Series wins, going to be joining us in the booth. You guys got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Man, Chicagoland International Speedway. Qualifying about to get underway. What's your thoughts on it? Y'all like the track? You enjoy it?
Yeah, it's definitely unique. It's not a straight backstretch, so it tends to get a little bit dicey coming off of 2 on old tires. So it's going to be fun to watch.
Joe?
I mean, the track's definitely wide, so you're going to see some 2, 3, maybe even 4 wide battling here as the runs go on. Seems like it's a cool track temp tonight, so these trucks are going to be flying around here for most of the race.
Yeah, but the track temp's around. What was the track temp? 87, I believe?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're right about that. Very cool track temps. We've seen that does produce a lot of good racing, a lot of good grip out on the track. Right now, we're watching Derek Glass out on track right now. Actually is on his first lap. That's who I'm watching currently. In that number 2 truck, he is a qualifying lap. So, we will get everybody's picks on who they think is going to win. People in chat can also comment on who they think they're going to win. I know there's a lot of good guys in this league, so going to be tough. Here comes Derek Glass across the stripe, and actually he already came across the stripe. He put it on 30.758 right now. Who all are you watching right now? Joe, who are you watching?
I was actually watching the 6 of Elliott Butler.
Okay.
But I believe he scraped the wall on his first lap, so he's on his second lap currently.
Okay, I am watching the 12 of Adam Mara right now, currently 5th. Jesse, who you watching?
I actually just watched the 55 of Clifford Evans just put down that rocket of the lap of a 30.2.
Okay, 30.275, I think is what it was. And by the way, just to let you know, Adam Mara looks like he may have scraped the wall a little bit. He actually falls back to 10th now, so we will watch the 62 coming to a stop. I'm trying to see who's actually out on track, still running the actual lap. Here is the 65 of Douglas Doucette, currently sitting 12th, trying to pick up. He does have a 30.659. These are actually really close times compared to what we've seen in practice. And I can ask both of you and get y'all's thoughts on this. When you're qualifying, do you put your fast lap down first, or do you actually put it down on your second lap in these kind of track temps?
In these kind of track temps, you can lay down your fastest lap on either lap. Personally, I think. Some people might try and save their tires for their second lap just to try and get a little bit more speed coming down the front stretch.
I mean, from personal experience of being here in the trucks before for the CFR League, I noticed it was always better on your second lap. Kind of just, as Jesse was saying, you kind of let it get up to speed and let it diamond through the corners. You get that max grip on the tires, let them get up to their optimum pressure for your qualifying lap, and you just dive it down on the apron, come to the line, and hope for the best.
I don't currently have the points up, but I think Landon Williams is the points leader. I was going to look up to see what Joshua Banks is in points. Landon Williams, I think, has connected back, by the way. But here comes Joshua Banks across the stripe for his second lap. And he does, looks like he doesn't, he actually did improve a little bit, moves him up to the 9th place. Here's the 18 truck. That's a good looking truck, by the way. About to put down his second lap across the stripe, and he's going to, let's see if he moves up any. And he does actually move up a little bit, I think. No, he will stay in the 16th spot, so he actually did not move up none, which is kind of surprising. I think we got one more guy out on track right now. No, the 13 is doing donuts. Trying to see if there's actually anybody else that I'm seeing. I think everybody's done their lap, as qualifying is just about ready to wrap up. As it does look like the Eben will actually get the pole. Clifford Eben, I think, will get the pole so far, unless something happens. However, Anthony Barrows not far behind him, just a few thousandth of a second off. So yeah, guys, we are live here at Chicagoland, as I mentioned like 3 times already. And as always, this is sponsored by Rob's Graphics Truck Series. Same thing as the IRA, but check out Rob's Graphics. Very good painter, by the way. Does excellent work. So qualifying's wrapping up. I think. How much time's left in qualifying? Anybody know?
Got about 10 seconds.
Okay, so we'll take a look here at our grid as they get ready to grid up. And it does look like Clifford even will be our pole sitter for tonight. As I try to fix some overlays. So there we go. Qualifying coming to an end now, and we will go through our grid. Once again, guys, I do want to stress out this is, I can't remember, we do got a broadcast Sunday we're supposed to do, unless something comes up, but that's a whole other topic. We'll talk about it later. Here is our rundown for tonight. Clifford Eben starts first out of Midwest. Anthony Barrow starts second. Row number 2, Danny Burdett. Keep your eye on him. And Braden Barrow. How do you say his last name? Bolos, I think. Bulos. Elliott Butler starts in 5th place. Anthony Reynolds in 6th. Jacob McLeod is in 7th in row number 4. Alongside or behind Joshua Banks, or in front of Joshua Banks and Corey Blevins in that number 24 truck. Corey Blevins, really good driver. Ethan Kreutz, William Kruska starting in row number 6. Adam Ayer and Derek Glass in row number 7. Douglas Doucette and Travis Lonise, I think so you say his last name. I've butchered that name so many times. Row number 9, J.R. Smith, Landon Williams, and there's a look at the rest of your field. So we'll start off. Jesse, who's picked to get the checkered flag here tonight and walk away with the victory?
I'm going to go with the guy starting way in the back, number 7, Elena Williams.
Winner last week. Joe, who's your pick? You've watched these guys a couple of times as well. Who's your pick to get the win?
I was actually going to go with the 27 earlier before we actually went live, but I'm going to change things up. I'm actually going to go with the 62 of Anthony Burrows.
Good pick right there. I'm going to go with the 6 of... what is it? Elliott Butler. I about forgot his number or name. So I will go to 6 of Elliott Butler on that inside row. And we're about to roll off here. 80 laps are scheduled for tonight. Guys, over under on cautions. Will we be over 4 cautions for tonight? Yes or no, Landon? Or Jesse, sorry, if I ever say it again, you'll kill me. I was looking at Landon Williams.
I don't know. I think we'll see right on 4 cautions. I got a feeling it's going to be a
So you want to say it even?
race, but we'll see.
At 4 cautions.
I'm going to have to go with the under.
You want to say under?
I just think, you and me have done together, Adam, the 2 races so far this season, and the caution fest we thought was going to happen at Daytona, I don't think we ended up even having one. So I think this is a good group of guys, and I think they're going to show that that this thing can possibly even go caution-free.
I'm just going to point something out real quick. Our pole sitter actually just disconnected.
Oh, so that's going to move the 53 of Danny Burdett up to the pole. Wow, that's not good for him. Wow. All right. Yeah, I'm also going to go with the under as well. I think we're only going to have 1 caution. You thinking maybe caution free? Jesse's thinking 4. I'm going to say 1 because I just want to be right. And but yeah, we're about to go green flag here and get this race going. As we're waiting on the Ford Mustang pace car to drop in. And there it goes. And actually, you know what? Somebody's pulling off the track. Looks like the 53 is pulling off the track. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's not going to be your pole sitter either. And the 6 will take over the pole. Green flag is out, and we are racing here live at Chicagoland. Not sure what happened there, but we are still side by side going through the troval. About to go into turn number 1, and it does look like that 53 makes that high, or 62 makes that higher line work, and we'll take over that first place spot. Here they come down the back stretch. Let me know who y'all are watching, and we'll make sure we get them as well, and what y'all are watching as well.
I'm currently taking a look at the 5 of J.R. Smith. Looks like he's working his way up to the field here on this first lap pretty quickly. He's looked like he's underneath the 65 of Douglas Doucette.
See J.R. Smith right here on your screen. He is fighting alongside that 65 truck. Now, we did see the 65 truck, I think it was it last week? Joe, you wasn't here. I think the 65 truck actually had a little bit of trouble during that race a couple of times. So we'll see if he's able to rebound. So, now, this is a tough question. How many grooves are there actually at this track? Is it a bottom line place? I mean, or can you run up fairly high to middle and try to make that work?
If you got a good idea of how to drive the car, you can definitely make the outside work. As long as you've got a sense of kind of what the groove is doing, but you can definitely make it work.
Oh, we got one around. 5, 13, all involved. Caution will come out. Oh, and somebody else got a good piece of it. The 5 of J.R. Smith got a little bit of a love tap from the 13. We're going to keep watching him. He may not be very happy with that. But the caution did fly, and Joe will definitely come back to your answer as we take a look here at a replay. As it looks like the 13 may actually try to see what happened here. They was running side by, well, the 13 was running alongside the 32 of Joshua Banks, and then the 5 got a big run. Actually, y'all might want to look at yourself. I think it was the 13. 13 may have hit the apron.
Yeah, he looked like he hit the apron and just kind of checked up to try and save the car, but by that point it was too late. It was kind of a coordinated effect from there, and it just kind of spun them all around.
So 2 drivers involved. Now, back to your answer, Joe. Somebody else was smoking. Who was that? Did y'all see? It was the guy in the bourbon paint.
Oh, it was Landon Williams.
Was it Landon Williams? Oh, yep, you're right. All right, so, yeah, back to your answer, Joe. Can you work multiple grooves here?
I mean, like I was saying right before the caution came out, the bottom lane is going to mainly be the place to run early in the run, maybe the first 4 to 5 laps. It's the quickest way around. If you're on fresh rubber, it's the shortest way around, and you're not going to really do much to the truck. As the run progresses, you get a long enough green flag run, the line will move up some. You can pass on the outside. It's mainly just throttle control and how well you're able to save your tires. So I mean, the track definitely does have multiple grooves. There's a good chance we could probably see them tonight, but you never know. Seems like Jesse's ideal of probably having 4 cautions is definitely in play now. I don't think we made it, but 4 laps.
4 laps, yeah. Already. Well, hey, I told you I picked one. I'm going to get it. Watch. That is the last caution we're going to have here for tonight. Probably not, now that happened that early.
It looks like we did have a couple guys take 2 tires there on that stop as well.
So this is kind of, I don't know, this is kind of a weird question I guess I could ask both of you all. You see a lot of guys hitting apron here on the front stretch, and usually there's no problems with that. But if you even touch the apron in the corner, I know the answer, I think. But why is it that, you get loose or tight or whatever just happened? I mean, because you can do it on front stretch, why can't you touch it a little bit in the turn? Is it just the banking?
Yeah, it's more or less the banking, along with the camber and the turning of the actual wheels themselves. It just kind of upsets the car, and from there, you're just kind of along for the ride.
I mean, to me, it's mainly just the tighter radius of the turn. The less banking through the front stretch kind of allows for it, and you're not putting as much stress into the truck going through the turn. Like this, you said with the camber, but mainly, that amount of speed that you're still carrying through the corners, that abrupt change in direction, going from I think about 20 degrees down to roughly nothing, that's going to bottom out the truck really easily. And you're going to take any sort of steering away, and basically caused what ended up happening there. David just slam on, kind of get on your brakes, get the truck back underneath you. But as you saw, that's what happened, and it, kind of had a stack-up effect behind him, and it caused the wreck.
All right, so we will say this: the caution actually came out once they hit lap 3. They were still on lap 2. This is lap 7, and we're going back green, so that was roughly 4 to 5 laps. So this will help us later on in the race. If something happens, a caution could end the race or something. So caution came out for the leader on lap 3, and we're going green back. We'll hit at lap 8. So about 5 laps, I think, is what it is. So that sounds about right. So there was quite a few trucks involved in that. I think 3 total trucks was involved. Right now we got, looks like 15, 16 on the lead lap still. Danny Burdett's back out there. However, he is 4 laps down. I'm not sure what happened to him. That was strange for that 53 to have that happen at the start. But nonetheless, we're about to go back green here and see what happens. Pace car pulls in, and the green flag is waving once again. Elliott Butler and Jacob McLeod lead them down to the stripe. Somebody's blinking right down the bottom. Yeah, I don't know who that was. The 01? Yeah, he's blinking really bad.
That's the 01 of Brandon Lewis.
This could be bad. He's actually on the apron right now. You can see him drop back. He's actually just going to let everybody go. That's a very smart move by him from doing that. You don't need to be up there right now if you're blinking that bad. Hopefully it'll work itself out. We'll see if he can get back up there. Watch this battle for the lead right now. This is a good 4-way battle. On this position of the track, do you want to be on that bottom side right now this early?
Yeah, you definitely can be. The guys on 2 tires might want to take it easy for the first little bit. Let the guys who took 4 wear out their tires a little bit, and we got a little bit of contact there between 23 and 6.
Yeah, I said a 6 didn't like that too much. He actually came up quite a bit. That was Ethan Krutz. I think that's how you say his last name. Kurtz, I'm sorry. So yeah, he definitely probably didn't like that too much. Either way, across the stripe together, 42 is going to lead this lap. Jacob McLeod will lead his first lap, actually I believe of the season, with that lap here at Chicagoland. Here comes the 23 now. You can see that high line starting to work a little bit as he gets the momentum out of the corner. Now this track is kind of weird. It's not completely flat. How much does the momentum help you out of turn 3 and 4, Joe? Does it help you a lot? I mean, because you go right into the tri-oval, or would you rather run the high side to get the momentum out of 2 instead of 4?
I mean, carrying the momentum out of 2 down the backstretch is going to be more beneficial than necessarily carrying momentum out of 4. You've got the apron that you can go down on. 4 is kind of one of those that it's a little bit easier turn to kind of take. As if you're there by yourself, you can drift up as close to the wall as you need to. As you kind of see back there in the battle for second and third, these guys going through 3 and 4, it's a little bit more difficult, but it's nearly not as difficult as 1 and 2. As you definitely want to try to get single file on through 1. It's a lot more tighter entry, as you really want to hit that one patch of pavement that gives you the most grip. It's kind of that middle line on the entry of 1 to get all the way to the bottom. That really allows the truck to kind of free itself up and totally turn all the way through the bottom and come up off of 2. Some of them you'll see them, if they don't hit it correctly, the truck will start to slide up about halfway through the corner and really give them problems. And most of them, they're out of the gas. You'll see a big run come down the backstretch usually if someone has kind of lost that grip. If there's a guy behind them, usually you'll see a lot of passing going into 3 of someone trying to dive down if they do get a massive run down the backstretch.
Right, I understand what you're saying. I see what you're saying there. Jesse, I'm currently watching this 6 truck, and, well, actually, I'm more watching the 42. I'm seeing the 42 actually checked out right now, about 0.8 is Jacob. Now, I don't know, maybe y'all know this, both of you can kind of answer. Does iRacing have impact with air, like clean air, for example? Is there clean air on iRacing that actually helps these trucks? Maybe you can answer it. I mean, maybe you don't know. I mean, me personally, I don't really know myself, but we're seeing Jacob actually out front by quite a bit. Do you think that has to do with, clean air, possibly?
Yeah, there's no real. There definitely is an aerodynamic difference to being out front. You're not, as people in the real world would call it, dirty air. There's a lot of air pushing off these trucks, and it really affects the way you take corners, especially if you're carrying much more speed around a lot of other trucks due to draft and stuff like that. It definitely makes a difference.
Joe, you feel that same way? I mean, do you think the air, is really helping this 42? I mean, because right now the 23 is not under any attack whatsoever, and not really, and he's still almost 9/10 ahead right now.
Well, I mean, yeah, I would say air would probably play an effect to it. The cool air of no one disturbing it in front of you will kind of help you a little bit better than what the 23 is getting right now. Just any little bit of disturbance, real world or sim. I think that's one good aspect that iRacing is kind of built into the sim, that it allows certain factors to kind of dictate what you can and can't do while in the sim. I would say air would make an effect.
Now, I know I've raced here in the DW12 cars. I'm sure you all have too. And you can really feel the aero push. Now, I forgot how heavy the trucks are off the top of my head. Is there a lot of aero push in these? For example, like what you would feel in the Dallara cars, the the open wheel cars. Do you feel that kind of aero here when riding behind somebody?
I don't think anywhere near as much because speeds aren't as high, but there definitely is a little bit of an effect there. You saw it back in the CFR Championship. A lot of guys pushing up the track if you're under somebody. So, I mean, yeah, there is an effect, but not as much as the open wheel DW12s.
That's what you're saying, yeah. So I guess that would make sense. More speed would create more aero. I guess that makes a lot of sense. We're on lap 20 of 80 already, and pretty much this has been a one-man show. We'll check up front real fast with our leader. He is currently almost a second ahead, and that's that number 42 driving that Monster Energy Chevrolet. And that is Jacob McLeod, and he's led not all laps. He's led currently 12 laps once he crosses the stripe. There has been a couple other leaders. Anthony Barrows and looks like Elliot Butler also led a lap. Yeah. And that's been it pretty much. It's just been them three as your current leaders. As we'll pop it up here and you will see it. Have had one caution for 4 laps. But only, I don't know why it says 2 lead changes. That's weird. 2 lead changes between 3 leaders. That makes sense. But yeah. Alright guys, we're going to step away real fast for a quick commercial break, and we will be right back. If anything changes, we'll come back right away. And it looks like the 23 actually just went around, and we was actually on a commercial break, but the 23 goes around and the caution will come out. Maybe have a little bit of help there. Did you all see that?
Yeah, me and Joe were watching it here. Looks like the 12 just got a little greedy with the entry there and just kind of gave a little shot to the left-hand side quarter panel of the 23 and sent him around into the outside wall.
That will bring out our second caution, so I am wrong. Dang it. And you can see the 12 may have had a little bit of help with the 23. It does send the 23 up into the wall. We are going to ride on board real fast with, right on board here with Corey Blevins and see what he's seen from that wreck. This should actually bring everybody to pit road, I believe, as well, because they had to be getting somewhat kind of close on fuel. Riding on board, though, with Corey Blevins will actually take us from turn number 2 right down the backstretch. About to hit turn number 3. And you can see it right now. It does look like the 12. Actually, you know, that was really close. Did you see the 12 actually hold his line, or the 23 actually may have came down a little bit? What did you all actually see on that?
I was just taking a look at it here from the in-car of the 12. And I don't know, it's kind of almost like too close to call.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely, there was some real estate down there that he was going for. I don't know if the 23 was cutting him off, or if he just drove it in too deep and didn't know exactly where the rear bumper was.
Yeah, it's really close to call. There was a race on pit road, by the way, and you all seen it here. And it showed Jacob McLeod coming out first with Braden Bolos. Comes out right behind him. Joshua Banks comes out. Then Anthony Reynolds at number 82 will come out. And actually starting 5th right now, because J.R. Smith, after having how is he even back on the lead lap? That's impressive. Does come out and actually does lead a lap. He is going to come down pit road along with the 65 of Douglas Doucette. So that's very impressive, though, that he's actually was able to stay back on the lead lap after that first wreck. I was actually really surprised by that. So, yeah, that was a pretty good wreck. That was our second caution that came out, and it happened while we was actually on commercial break. And it happened, what lap was that on? Lap number 22. And we're on lap number 26 now, so we should be about ready to double up next time by. And we'll go back racing here once again. So I'm going to ask you a trivia question, because you all know y'all love doing them. This is actually our first trivia question in a long time, by the way. We haven't done it. When was the last time we've done one night? Oh, I don't even know. It's been a long time since we've done a trivia question here. So just give me just a second as I look for it. And I think I already know it, but I want to ask you anyway. Alright, I'll go ahead and ask you as soon until I can find it. Who is the most who has won the most races at Chicagoland International Speedway in the Cup Series? Any answers?
Trying to give you a good...
Don't be cheating over it now.
I'm thinking the place opened in 2001. I don't know. I'm gonna,
If I remember right, the amount of wins is 3. But I can't put a finger on who it was.
I'm gonna take a guess and go Kevin Harvick.
Good pick. Very
That's a
good.
good guess. That's who I was going to take. I'm going to take his owner, who actually just retired last year. I'm going to do Tony Stewart.
Okay, good pick. I won't tell you both of you are wrong. I'm joking, by the way. Somebody is right. We'll get the answer here in just a second. I will tell you, the most top 5s have been Tony Stewart and Kevin Harvick. The most wins has been Tony Stewart with 3. Good job. And actually, most top 10s is Tony Stewart and Jimmy Johnson. And I'm going to be honest, I'm super surprised Tony Stewart has won it here that many times. Like, that really surprises me. I did not realize he was that good here. To be honest, I figured it would have been somebody like Brad Keselowski or Joey Logano.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, because it kind of matches them. Either way, we are about to go back racing. Jacob McLeod is on that inside road. Pace car does duck down pit road. And we are back green here at Chicagoland International Speedway on lap number 28.
Good restart there by the inside line of the 01.
did get a good restart. He's going to be hanging there. Now, trucks are 3 wide right here, a little bit farther in the back. And Joe actually spoke about it at the start of the show. There was a good chance we could see that and possibly before. While possible pass for the lead here. The 01 has the inside line now. Jesse talked about the restart. That restart has helped him. Down to the bottom, 01 looking to take this lead away. And actually will take that lead away. Put the slide job on the 42. Across the stripe, Braden will lead this lap here at Chicagoland. Now the 32 is hard on the trail of this 42 truck. Now this is going to be interesting to see if this clean air actually does help. We talked about, the 42 was pulling away. Now it's going to be interesting to see if the 42 can close this gap back up, or will the 01 just run away with it. And right now it's about even for the top 3 guys. See him working off turn number 4 down to the stripe. 42 actually he's got a really strong truck now. He's trying to figure out a way to get around this 01. Look who's back up at 6, by the way. Elliott Butler. 4th, I'm sorry. Not 6th. Pretty much about even for the first 4 cars. Then we go a little bit further back. There's actually about a 5-car breakaway. Then we get back here to 6th place, and somehow J.R. Smith, how did he get up to 6th place? That's weird. I thought he actually pitted. I don't know how that was possible, but either way, he did jump up quite a few spots on 2 laps. That's odd. He may actually had I don't know. But either way, the 82 now trying to make a pass. That's Anthony Reynolds working on the 53, who is a lap down. That's Danny Burdett on the bottom side. Nothing's changed up front yet. If it starts closing, we will go right back up there. Across the stripe. Still Braden leading the race. We got a race for second, looks like. Joshua Banks. Actually, I said that. Never mind. They're about 3/10 apart from everybody. Who are you currently watching right now?
I'm just kind of skipping through the field. I'm keeping an eye on the split times between first and second just to kind of see what's going on.
About 3/10 is what it shows, I think. Actually, about 2/10 now goes to the gap. Braden. I'm watching this 12 and the 82 kind of work around each other.
Yeah, and I'm keeping an eye on this battle for the lead. It seemed like trying to see if this 42 can work any little bit, any different line to see if he can gain any ground back on the 01. I think there's a possibility that he's trying to save his stuff somewhat, to let the 01 kind of get so far out ahead that he starts to kind of burn his stuff off by going too quick, too early. But part of it could just be, as we talked about it earlier, that clean air just allows you to pull away ever so slightly.
Yeah, it's definitely something we're keeping an eye on. It's very interesting to me to realize that clean air, that it really can't help, and this is a sim. This ain't real life by any means, but it's really, you spoke a little bit about it, about how good of a job iRacing's done. They get a lot of stuff from people, and if you really consider about the kind of job they actually do, this is probably one of the best sims out there, honestly. I mean, they listen to their fans, for example. They do what the fans want. For example, people don't realize...
42's in the wall. Right.
You are right. 42 is in the wall. He's actually going to lose 3rd spot to that 6 as well. So if we can take a look real fast and see what happened to Jacob McLeod. You think that was a definition of just arrow push?
Yeah, I mean, probably could have been somewhat on his line. It seemed like he was trying to go too shallow on entry into 3, and the trucks really started to wash up. But probably part of it was some arrow push from the front. But one thing I did notice, 32 was actually kind of starting to run him down there. I don't know if he was getting any little bit of aero tightness, possibly from the 32 starting to take some air off the rear and either getting him too loose on exit, or just kind of making him have to really watch his mirrors too much and not get the correct line going into 3.
I've noticed just the last few laps, well, actually since the start of the race, whenever the 50 or 42 actually was out front a long time ago. Right now, there's only 2 drivers in the 30 mark. That is Anthony Reynolds in the 82 actually just hit a 30, 30.905, and Braden actually hit a 30.904. So I think that Clean Air is actually playing somewhat of advantage. Right now, it's about 7/10 back until we get to Joshua from Braden. So yeah, I think you are seeing what Clean Air can do, and like I mentioned a few minutes ago, we was talking about how good iRacing listens to their fans and stuff. For people that don't know, iRacing, Jesse, you could talk a little bit about it too. They changed stuff with the NIS yesterday. You wasn't a fan of it, correct? You was not a fan, first off.
Yeah, they did a good job with the B and C series, following the real world schedule of that, but they changed over the NIS to just run, it didn't allow most of the license levels to compete. You had to be A class in order to compete in the NIS, as we call it. Yeah, a couple of guys from the PK Free Series, the professional series that runs on iRacing, gave iRacing a call and said, hey, look, why are you messing with something that's been so good for at least the last 2 years? And they were on it pretty much right away after about a 2-hour phone call, and it was switched back over to 6-week schedule, C class and up. So
now,
yeah,
I'm going to say something a lot of people don't necessarily agree on. I still call this a video game, even though it's a sim. We understand that. How many video games will do that? I mean, honestly, how many?
In all reality, I would personally say 0.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that done, personally. I find that truly amazing of what the community has done. People spoke and they got heard. I mean, I think, to me, if you're going to make a game better, I think that's the way to do it. Listen to your fans, As I was sitting there talking about that, Joe, you're probably seeing what I've seen, and so did you, Jesse. The 01. Yeah, 32. What happened to 32?
He hit the wall, actually, I think, coming out of 2.
Okay. I did not see that part. Huh. Right now, by the way, new fastest lap of the session actually back on lap 29. It's currently 30.356, set by Jacob McLeod. Nobody else right now is running 30s. Nobody last time by hit a 30, but 32 is under attack now from Joshua Banks. You see here on your screen. Taking a look back, you can see that green and black 42 car. He gets a good run here down the front stretch. Looking to that high side. May try to cross him up here, and he will try to cross him up. To the inside, 42. Jacob McLeod will try to take away that 3rd position. Now, this is where the momentum is going to help that 32. You've seen it right there. Wow, that really helped him out a lot. Gap up front is over 2 seconds now. It's actually 1.9. Well, now it's over 2. Exactly. 2.5 is the gap, or 2.05 is the gap. And that's actually, for some reason, just keep on growing. And that could be with what we talked about with the arrow and everything like that, the push and stuff like that. Right now, this right here is the biggest battle on track for 3rd place. That's the 32 and 42 battle. 32's in the wall. 42 almost lost it, by the way, as well, when the 32 got in the wall. So the 32 now will lose at least 2 spots, it looks like. Well, 53 is a lap down. Denny Burdett. However, here comes the 62 of Anthony Barros. He's going to try to take away that 4th spot. Actually, this is a pretty good battle here with the 32, 62, the 5's there, and the 7. I think the 7's a little bit further back. 3 wide. And a little bit of contact rubbing right there with 62 and 5. They're really actually rubbing hard. Yeah, they're really beating each other. I could have said something very inappropriate there, and I just held my tongue.
We should actually, I think we should be getting pretty close to green flag pit stops.
That's what I'm thinking as well. I don't know. Do you all know what the field level is on? I think we can see it.
And the 1 is... Not sure what happened there. Looks like he's losing it. down on the apron on the backstretch here.
We're going to have a new leader.
Yeah, you are.
And the
What
6
happened to
takes it
him?
over.
He's really off the pace right now.
I mean, it looks like he kind of
Okay.
got aggressive with his entry into 1 and kind of scraped the wall. And looked like it kicked loose on him, and he ended up down on the apron. And he's just been trying to gather it up through the entire 1 and 2
Okay.
turn.
Watching the replay of what happened just now to Braden, led 19 laps. Yeah, it looked. That's weird the way it happened. I mean, let's watch it one more time as he goes into 1.
Yeah, it just looks like he got real aggressive on that entry into 1 and tried to really drive it in deep. And just
He done a good job on not coming back up and nose first, to be honest.
he kind of clipped where the safer barrier comes out in 1 there, and just kind of sent him for a little bit of a loose ride.
So he did actually lose first place to Elliott Butler. Now, Elliott's about 7-8 tenths or so ahead. This is going to be interesting to see if Elliott now can pull ahead with that clean air. To 42, I'm trying to see how much damage he actually might have. Let's hop on board, maybe we can see it. It looks like he's got a little bit of a flare-up. He's actually starting to run this 6 back down a little bit. He
42,
actually,
I think, off now.
oh, you're right. Yeah, the 42 is back. I don't know. Yeah, he spun. He was coming to pit road. He spun getting on the pit road, it looks like. We got green flag pit stops underway. The 12 also on pit road. And honestly, if this goes green, that may have just cost the 42 the race because he sat there a long time. Yeah, he got off the track way late compared to, the 40 or 12 and other guys. We could talk about that as well. How difficult is it getting on the pit road here?
With as little banking as it is and how high speed the track is, it's pretty tough. I wouldn't say it's the most toughest track. I'd have to give that to Darlington, but yeah, this is definitely an interesting pit road to get down to speed and onto.
I think Dover's tough as well.
Yeah, Dover's also a tough road.
So, Joe, with that, where do you actually start setting up to go to pits? I mean, some of these guys are coming off really late, as we see the 42 there. Here comes somebody else down pit road as well. It looks like Elliott Butler's on pit road as well. But where do you really start setting up to go to pit road at?
I mean, you can do it in several different spots. Probably the best spot is to kind of start setting your entry up in the entrance to turn 3. I would be letting the guys know behind you that I'm coming in and starting to kind of slow up some. You don't have to
Just
slow
like the 01 done?
too much. Yeah. Or then you can take a late entry, kind of as the 65 did, but it can kind of play out just like what he was doing. He looked like he kind of locked the brakes up and slid way out to the right of the pit road area. And gave him a lot of time.
I'm surprised by this. The 01 started getting down in turn 3. He's actually on the apron in 3. The 5 passed him and then dove down. I don't know if he got caught speeding or not. That was really close. I seen smoke flying. But he's going to be down in the ways. So a very aggressive move there from J.R. Smith, and he's actually going to win the race off pit road over the 01. So that's a big pit stop there for that number 5 truck. Derek Glass into 82 of Anthony Reynolds also coming down pit road. And Jesse, that was a good call, by the way. Green flag pit stop's coming up soon.
Yeah, it's kind of my mechanic side.
Here comes the 2. He does slide into his pit box. We'll watch this race off pit road. See if he takes 4 tires. You got to take 4 tires, right? Like on that long of a run.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I agreed.
A 20+ lap run, your tires are going to be close to nothing. So 4 tire stops definitely the way to go. Yeah.
But all that does cycle back through to Elliott Butler. J.R. Smith, after that pit stop, after taking away a little bit, he actually is about 1.5 seconds behind Butler in that 6, as it looks like Elliott just put down the 53 of Danny Burdett went another lap down. Danny's actually got a couple laps back here, though. 3 laps down. He was 5 laps down. I think a lot of that had to do with them wave arounds and stuff like that and caution, or lucky dog, but still got to give him credit for that. There's only actually 13 cars on the lead lap, which is kind of surprising, to be honest. Looks like we've had a couple drivers retire from the race. The 13 has retired. Looks like the 55, whatever happened to him, we don't really know, retired. Landon Williams, after his first wreck, is out, it looks like. And Curtis Martin is not in here tonight. Or, I don't even know if he even gridded, to be honest. Somebody else coming up pit road as well. I don't know who that was. We will keep an eye on it. And as soon as I see it pop up on my little overlay thing.
It looks like Danny Burnett was actually black flag for something. Not sure what it was, but he'll make his way down pit road here.
The interval has closed a little bit from J.R. Smith to Elliott Butler, or from Elliott Butler to J.R. Smith. And I say that and it goes right back up. Now, how big of an issue are lap cars here? I know you said it's a wide track, but do you really got to be cautious working around certain lap cars?
I'm not really too sure. As long as you're communicating, and also depends on how hard the lap car actually wants to race.
Something happened there, by the way, because J.R. Smith has closed 5/10 in that last lap. Not sure what that was. Something weird happened.
I think the 30, I think, was kind of got loose in front of the 6, and he kind of just checked up to make sure he turned into him.
Yeah, the 6 is kind of battling some lap traffic right now, so that's going to slow up the lead car a little bit.
Now, Elliott has not won this season. J.R. Smith won, where was it, Joe? Back at Daytona, I think, is where he won.
Yeah, I believe so.
I think so, too. I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of pulling for Elliott because he hasn't won this season. So I would like to see somebody new win. However, J.R. Smith's definitely showing it. He used the right strategy, though. I mean, he really, he was involved in that first wreck. So he's done a great job on getting his truck back up there. And only 22 laps remain. We are going to take our final commercial break, and we will be back right after this.
If it's helping him with downforce.
It might be.
We are back here. That was a pretty interesting conversation you guys was having. I was just listening in. We can kind of talk about that a little bit if you want. Is there a possibility that damage on the back of this 5 truck could be helping him? Jesse, you're the mechanic and of our team anyway. What do you think? Do you think it's a possibility?
I think it definitely could be. Not sure exactly how, but right now it's definitely I feel like it's working in his favor. I was also thinking, I think the 6 pitted a lap before the 5, so 5's got a little bit fresher tires, not much, but a little bit, and that might be helping him here as well.
I'll look here and see if I can find out when they actually pitted. J.R. Smith pitted on lap 52, and it was the 6th of Elliott Butler pitted on lap 50, so 2 laps fresher tires. Yeah, you have noticed that gap gets smaller as well. It's about right at 2 tenths, right at 3 tenths, about 2.99, give or take. Now, these lap cars, you know, we've seen the 30 hold up a little bit there, the 6, and actually got loose in front of him. Joe, if you're the 6 and you know that 5's coming, what do you do to try to make this the rest of the way and try to get the win? Because right now, I think it's going to be tough. Somebody's in the wall, by the way. I just heard him hit.
I mean, basically try to keep running your same consistent line and make him have to work his way around you. Don't just don't give him a good opportunity to pass. Make him work for it. Make him try to drive those extra 2 laps freshness off of those tires, kind of even up to you to where he doesn't really necessarily have an advantage.
I noticed that the 6 is not getting down to the bottom as early as the 5, and you can really see the gap close up when he does that. And we may actually have a pass right here, actually.
I believe he's going to get him down into 1 here.
This is a battle for the first with Elliott Butler and J.R. Smith. Ooh, that's good driving it hard. We'll see what the 6 does. That way he goes down and takes away the line. Jesse, is that a smart move for the 6 to go away down there and take away the 5's line? And it actually worked to his advantage. He actually pulled out there a little bit. Or something happened to the 5. He actually lost a little bit of time there. We'll wait and see what happens here in 3 and 4. But do you think that's definitely a smart move?
Yeah, I think the big thing for the 6 is really make the 5 work to pass him, try and make him use up his tires. Is really the only thing we can look at here.
Ooh, almost contact right there. That 53's been fast, by the way. I'm just saying that now. These guys are kind of lucky. Yeah. Oh, almost contact between the 5 and 53. He's been really fast, though.
The 6, I believe.
He's coming down. Yeah, I think they're going to have to pit again. This may be a smart move by that 6 truck to come down pit road early and get them fresh tires. That's kind of early, though, right? I mean, is that about right, Jesse? Does that sound right for them to come back down?
They got. Yeah, it could be. It could be. He could be trying to play the early pit strategy and hope he makes up enough time between him making his pit stop and the other guys coming down to make their pit stops. Hopefully make enough time and create enough of a gap that he can kind of just walk away with the win here.
Yeah, here comes the 5 as well down pit road. Now we're going to watch this because this could be a big battle. This could change the entire complexion of the race, who will have the fastest pit stop. I will tell you, Elliott Butler only took, it looks like, 2 tires, 8.8 second stop. This could be huge.
Came in pretty hot there.
There's a chance I think the 5 could have got caught speeding here.
I got a feeling too.
We'll keep an eye on see how many tires he takes as well. He almost slid through his box. He only took gas only. Smart move or no?
Gas only? I don't know. That's
a lot of gambling going on.
That's a pretty gutsy call right there.
Yeah.
Did the 6 take tires?
The 6 did take tires. He took 2 lefts, or 2 rights, I'm sorry.
I mean, it's mainly, I think, would depend on how much of a gap the 5's going to get over that 6.
Well, I can tell you right now, he's a second ahead. Well, it looks like the gap's closing really fast. It was at 8 when he pulled out. Now it's down to 6 seconds. We'll keep an eye here on Elliott right now and see if this gap closes. It's right at 6 seconds right now. Here's J.R. Smith going into 1. Elliott's just going across the line. We'll continue. We'll watch this next lap to see what kind of lap times they run.
So if everything cycles through, I don't know if I'm seeing this right, but I think the 5 is going to cycle out with the lead.
Yeah, if it cycles through without the 6 hit back up, you are correct. Yeah, I believe. I mean, you know. All right, at the line, it looks like the 5 is going to put on a lap of a 31.5, and Elliott will put down a lap of a 30.8. So 5 tenths faster, 6 tenths faster right now is Elliott to J.R. Smith. And the gap is closing. I will tell you that gap is down to 5 seconds now. It wasn't 6 a lap ago. This is going to be close. I'm going to be honest. Looks like Joshua Banks is still out on track as well. I mean, they still got to catch him. Let's be honest. One of these guys up front may try it and see what happens.
I think that we're going to see the 32 try and make it the last 6 laps.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't came down yet. I mean, you got to start to wonder. I will tell you, Elliott Butler has closed the gap up to 4.5 now. And that's actually closing a lot more. It's down to 4.4. So, right now, we're watching Joshua Banks and Derek Glass to see if they come down pit road. And by the way, just to let you know, JR only took a splash, it looks like. Because, I mean, it was 3 seconds worth of fuel is what he took.
Yeah, that makes me kind of ponder, did these guys fill it all the way up on that initial pit stop? Because
that's true.
He was not really conserving too much. I mean, he's 32 second, 30, I think 2.5 lap times. And to me, that's just on a long run, as the tires start to fall off, the times are going to get slower. I don't see him really trying to conserve gas.
He may be coming to pit. Yeah, I think he is. He is coming to pit road. We'll see if the 2 stays out. The 2 may be coming down as well. No, 2's staying out. He's going to move up and let the 18 go. Now, just to let you know, back at Elliott Butler, the gap is now at 2.5 seconds behind J.R. Smith. What happened to J.R. Smith? Oh, never mind. That was somebody else. Whew.
Looks like Joshua Banks is actually having some latency or some lag.
Yeah,
issues.
he actually, it's showing that he disconnected on my screen right now. On my events page is showing he's not there. Now, next caution, if a caution comes out, the race is over.
Yeah.
Of course, they would have to still cycle and, see what happens. The gap now to J.R. Smith to Elliott Butler is at 1.6.
I don't think he's got enough time to pull it up.
It's going to be tough. We got 3 laps to go here at Chicagoland. This is actually coming out to be a good race. I ain't going to lie. The 2, I'm watching his speed. He's letting off super early. He may come down this time. I'm waiting to see. Or he may stay out and try it. It looks like he's going to stay out once again. You got to give the 2 credit, though. I mean, if he's able to pull this off, that goes for 2 to 24 or 82. To let you know, Elliott Butler is now 0.8 seconds behind J.R. Smith. This is going to be really close.
2 to go here?
2 to go. Yeah, we're on 2 to go now.
To be honest, I don't think you're going to see this 2 or the 24 come down.
Yeah, I agree.
Run it out of gas.
Yeah, I agree.
It's too late in the race now. They're just going to... They've already passed their, it's time to pit in point.
White flag this time. White flag is in the air, and we're going to see what happens here. Derek Glass trying to make it on 3, trying to make it on a field strategy call for Dunder Mifflin Racing, which I love saying. And just to let you know, Elliott Butler did get by J.R. Smith.
I think he's going to make it.
I think he might too. The gap has not gotten any smaller. The gap, I think Corey Blevins is out of gas. 24 is out of gas. This is going to give the 2 winner at the checkered flag. Derek Glass will be your winner. Wow. Very impressive. Anthony Reynolds will finish 2nd, and 3rd place goes to Elliott Butler. That is an impressive run right there by that 2 truck. Wow. I don't know if that was planned.
He just ran out of gas.
Yeah, it looks like he's out. I don't know if he's going to be able to do. He's not going to be able to do donuts. You got to give him credit, though, man. Seriously,
that was a crazy strategy call, and it worked. That's pretty good.
The 24 did finish 4th, by the way. Very impressive run there by that 2 truck. We're going to try to get an interview. We might have to wait. Oh, he's going to try to do burnout. Does he got enough gas for burnout? Yeah, he don't have enough gas. He don't have enough gas. We're going to try to get a interview if they come in. We got to wait just a minute and see if they come in pit road. See if they come on TeamSpeak, because usually they wait till the last second to come on TeamSpeak. Take a look real fast at your results. It is going to be Derek Glass in the number 2 truck will get home the victory tonight after a crazy pit strategy by him. Anthony Reynolds, another crazy pit strategy, will finish in second. Elliott Butler, coming down pit road, didn't have enough to make it, will cross the finish line in third. J.R. Smith will finish fourth. Brandon Barlows will finish fifth in that 0-1. And Corey Blevins actually finished sixth, by the way. Anthony Barlows finished seventh. Adam Mayer will finish eighth. And you can take a look here at the rest of your field. Out on track, there's William Kruska in 11th, Matt Bean in 12th. Danny Burdett crosses 4 laps down in 13. They're lucky he actually, I don't know what happened to Bean. They're lucky because he was quick. Ethan Kurtz will finish in 16th. Clifford Eben was our original pole sitter, will finish 18th. Landon Williams, after being caught up in that first wreck, 19th. And Curtis Martin will finish in 20th. The 23 is actually pushing the 2 back to the pits, by the way. I think he's trying to get gas, but I don't know if he can. Waiting to see. We've got Corey Blevins in here. We will pull him down. Actually, no, we're not. We're not going to pull him down because, well, we can go ahead and pull him down. Why not? He finished 6th. We'll see. Actually, let's get Elliott Butler first. He's finished 3rd, so we'll pull him down. Hey, Elliott, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Man, you led 22 laps. You had to come down pit road. Did you have to come down, or do you wish that you would have stayed out?
Yeah, I was about 3 or 4 laps short. Looking back, I wish I stretched that run before a little longer, but I was trying to make up some time getting some fresh tires.
Yeah, we seen you battling with the who was it? The 5. And I seen that you all was racing really hard. Was you really worried about him as far as getting around you earlier, or did you think he was going to be able to hold him off?
I pretty much thought that the end of the race was going to come down to either me or him. I didn't think that anybody could make it, but it looks like a couple guys proved me wrong. But yeah, I was running out of tire that run before, and I was trying to make up some ground on him tire-wise by coming in a lap or 2 ahead of him.
Well, you led 22 laps, which that is the race highs most laps led. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah. Just shout out to everybody watching. Logitech for making a great wheel. Hasn't failed on me yet. And look forward to seeing everybody next week.
Great job, man. And, I was pulling for you there at the end, but good job.
Thanks.
That was Elliott Butler, and yeah, we talked about him. He mentioned that he had to stay out a few laps, longer. Do you think if he would have stayed out, them few laps, do you all think, this is hard to really predict, do you think he would have been able to hold off, say, J.R. Smith, if he would have stayed out as well?
Looking at it, looking back at it now, I think if he'd have stayed out on that, when they had that first caution, and probably not came down and pitted, and maybe possibly gave up some time on the track, but kept the fuel in and not filled it up till that second caution. There's a chance he probably could have did just like what the 2 did here and made it to the end. I'm guessing there's probably a few things he probably could have or wanted to do different now after the race is over. Probably secure the win.
What we're going to do is step away for just a minute and hope the other guys come in. Don't look like they're here yet, so we'll be right back right after another quick commercial break. We're going to still go side by side. And, we'll be right back. Hopefully they will come in. And if not, we'll get our final thoughts and move on. Be right back, guys. All right. I don't see. I'm sorry. I don't see nobody else on yet. We will get. Let's bring down somebody. Let's bring down. Who do we got here? Bring down Ethan Kurtz and see what he could have done. Hey, Ethan, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, you didn't exactly have the finish you really wanted. Is there anything that you wish you would have done a little bit different to try to get up there and try to have a run for the win?
Hopping around that 12 when that wreck happened, I felt like we had the car to win the race, or at least top 3, top 5, and it just didn't work out of what happened.
So, where do we go next week? I can't remember off the top of my head. Anybody know?
I believe it's Charlotte.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Charlotte. Charlotte's one of my favorite tracks, by the way. How do you feel about your chances going there? I mean, I know, from a driver's standpoint, you want to win every race. Do you feel like you'll be able to run well there and maybe walk out with the win?
I think so. I've been running it a lot recently, considering the trucks are there in official iRacing series, and the Xfinity cars are there, and the Extreme Motorsports 99 series, which I run the Xfinity series in, went there recently. So I've been having a lot of practice recently. I have a good idea of knowing what to do, and with the help I have behind me, I think we have a chance to win every week.
Well, you still, you didn't finish where you wanted to, but, it never hurts to get interviewed. So go ahead and give or anybody a shout out that you want to, if you have anybody you want to give a shout out to or anything.
Obviously, J.R. Smith, as always. He always seems to get in trouble with the enforcement somehow each week. I know they're not watching Extreme Owner Jake Nichols, teammates Tyler Sifford, Dwayne Culberson, Nate Trito. Rooting for being on the car every week. KeepBanging.com. But it.
Well, good job, man, and we'll talk to you next week and see if you can bring it home in victory lane.
Thank you.
All right, one more person we're going to bring in. Corey Blevins. Let's see if he would have done anything a little bit different. Hey, Corey, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, you had a top 3. Do you wish you would have done something a little bit different to maybe try to bring it home in top 3? Or, I seen that you just ran out of gas, so how much more gas did you actually need?
I needed half a lap. I was half a lap short. I decided to go for it. I was running about 11th there before everyone started pitting. So I just kind of went for it, and I knew I had a top 5 truck, but the problem was I got caught up in a wreck early there. I think with Adam and someone else. I don't know who it was, but I got a lot of front end damage from that, and that kind of just basically ruined my race, but I kept in it, and it became a fuel mileage race, and it was just all about trying to make it to the end, and I saw that I was going to be about a half lap short, so I just decided to go for it and hope to get the best finish possible I could out of it.
Well, you still brought it home. Not a very bad spot. I think it was 6th, I believe. Is that what I'm saying?
Yes.
So next week, I think we go to Charlotte. I could be wrong. That's what I was told a second ago. So how you think you'll do there? I mean, it's a pretty fun track. So how do you think you'll do there?
I'm actually really good at Charlotte. Past couple of times I've finished second, first. This is being in the B car and in the truck. So yeah, I feel really good about that track. We'll see what happens, but I see at least the top 5 there, if not better.
Awesome. All right, man. Give a shout out. Anybody out there you want to thank or anything like that? Go ahead.
Yeah, Sport Graphic. I design my own paint schemes through Sport Graphic, sportgraphicdesign.com, and also got Keys Architects and Associates on my truck, and then Flat Out Motorsports, my team.
I got to give you a shout out, by the way. Your truck looks really awesome, so good job on that. And we'll talk to you next week, man. Wish you would have had a little bit better finish, but still, 6th place ain't too bad.
Not bad for having a wreck truck, no.
All
Very
right,
happy
man.
with that.
Good job. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us here tonight. We're going to get our final thoughts. We'll start with Jesse. Gavy, Jesse, thoughts on the race?
Yeah, man, it was pretty crazy. I can't believe 2 stretched the fuel that far, but he made it work somehow, and it definitely paid off.
Yeah, I agree. Joe, final thoughts?
Yeah, I think this was probably the best race of the year out of these guys so far. I think for everyone watching, a fuel strategy race is definitely fun. I think Blevins, like he kind of said in his interview, probably if he could have conserved some, maybe would have had a run. I think if the 5 and the 6 maybe would have played a little bit better strategy, they probably would have been the 2 you would have saw battling there at the end. But you got to give a lot of credit to the 2 for that gutsy call. And
Yeah.
He wasn't, I wouldn't necessarily say the class of field tonight. He kind of ran middle of the pack, I think, most of the race. But, you got to have luck on your side and some of these things. And he definitely had it.
Yeah, I agree. Derek Glass started in 14th place on row number 7, so he definitely had his work cut out for him. Fastest lap put down by him of the race was a 30.861, so by far, definitely not the fastest driver. By far, the most gutsiest driver. Him as well as Anthony Reynolds both. Got to give both of them a lot of credit for doing that call. You got to respect that kind of call, to be honest. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts of the whole race. I thought the race itself was good. Like Joe said, I thought it was one of the best races these guys have put on. And yeah, we'll move on from here and go to Charlotte. Good race by everybody though. For Adam Chapman, Joe Chet, and Jesse Gavey, thanks everybody. God bless. Thanks for watching. And we'll talk to you all here soon. Next race will be, actually, I think we'll be back here again next Friday as well. No CFR championship this week. So we'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks for watching. As always, talk to y'all later.